Deep inside Iran's Pickaxe Mountain, intelligence officials believe a massive underground project may be underway, raising fresh concerns among US and Israeli agencies over Tehran's nuclear ambitions. Following the June war, new intelligence reportedly revealed unusual activity inside Pickaxe Mountain, fueling speculation that Iran quietly relocated sensitive nuclear infrastructure to the heavily fortified site. According to Israeli intelligence assessments, Iran moved thousands of uranium enrichment centrifuges into deep underground tunnels after Israeli strikes targeted its key nuclear facilities, though the claims have not been independently verified. Israeli intelligence officials believe the relocation is part of an underground nuclear survival strategy designed to shield Iran's enrichment program from future US or Israeli military strikes while preserving its capabilities. Israel believes Iran secretly relocated thousands of uranium enrichment centrifuges into tunnels beneath Pickaxe Mountain, a move that could significantly strengthen the protection of its sensitive nuclear infrastructure. The assessment is based on Israeli intelligence findings cited in a report by the Wall Street Journal, which details concerns over Iran's post-war nuclear activities. According to the report, Israeli officials shared their intelligence assessment on Pickaxe Mountain with the United States, warning that Iran may have relocated critical nuclear equipment. The reported transfer is believed to have taken place after coordinated US and Israeli strikes targeted several of Iran's key nuclear facilities during the conflict. Those military operations focused on Iran's three principal nuclear sites during the June 2025 conflict, aiming to disrupt Tehran's uranium enrichment capabilities. Israeli officials believe the centrifuges that survived the strikes were later moved deep underground, where they would be far better protected from any future military attacks. Officials caution that the reported relocation does not necessarily indicate Iran has established a new underground enrichment facility, but rather reflects an effort to secure existing equipment. The equipment may instead have been placed inside hardened underground tunnels to shield it from possible future US or Israeli airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear program. The Wall Street Journal cited both Israeli and US officials familiar with the intelligence assessment, although the findings have not been publicly released by either government. Iran has so far made no public comment on the reported relocation of centrifuges to Pickaxe Mountain or the intelligence claims outlined in the report. Donald Trump said Iran's Pickaxe Mountain could face what he described as a big fat shot near its main entrance. The remarks came as the United States and Iran remained locked in a fresh round of military escalation. Pickaxe Mountain is widely believed to house some of Iran's most heavily fortified nuclear-related facilities. The site was not targeted during Operation Midnight Hammer or Operation Epic Fury. Location: near Natanz in central Iran, close to the country's main nuclear infrastructure. Type: deep underground fortified military and nuclear-related complex built inside a mountain. Tunnel networks: reportedly consists of two major underground tunnel systems with multiple access points. Construction: satellite imagery suggests major excavation phases began around 2007 and expanded significantly after 2020. IAEA access: the International Atomic Energy Agency has not been granted access to inspect the underground site. Trump said US space-based surveillance continues to closely monitor activity around the Pickaxe Mountain complex for any signs of movement. Analysts believe Iran may have transferred sensitive nuclear equipment and strategic assets into the deeply hardened underground facility. Experts said the mountain's extreme depth and fortified construction make it one of the most difficult military targets anywhere in Iran. Depth: built extremely deep beneath solid mountain rock to maximize protection from conventional strikes. Tunnel entrances: features multiple reinforced tunnel entrances that provide redundancy and operational flexibility. Protection: engineered to withstand powerful airstrikes and bunker-busting munitions. Layout: the internal tunnel network and facility layout remain largely unknown to outside observers. Intelligence: publicly available intelligence on the site structure and operations remains limited and unverified. Military analysts said US planners could combine precision attacks on tunnel entrances with strikes on shallower underground access routes. Tunnel entrances: precision strikes aimed at sealing or destroying the main access points. Shallow passages: attacks focused on vulnerable underground sections located closer to the surface. Repeat strikes: multiple waves of attacks to prevent repairs and keep access routes blocked. ISR support: continuous intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions to monitor activity before and after strikes. Special forces: a ground raid remains a theoretical option but would involve extremely high operational risk. However, analysts said any military operation against Pickaxe Mountain would require extensive air support, intelligence assets, and major logistical planning. Experts added that the true purpose, scale, and current operational status of the underground complex remain publicly unconfirmed despite years of satellite monitoring. A senior Iranian official publicly warned Washington against any attack on the underground facility known as Pickaxe Mountain, saying such a strike would cross a red line and invite serious repercussions. Tehran declared that any U.S. strike on that site would prompt a devastating response, not only aimed at military targets but at American interests across the region. Iranian officials explicitly threatened that U.S. troops in the region and some of Washington's local partners could be made targets if Tehran decides to retaliate. That stern warning comes after President Trump publicly threatened to strike the heavily fortified underground complex, raising tensions and the prospect of rapid escalation. The site referred to as Pickaxe Mountain lies in close proximity to the Natanz uranium enrichment complex, which has long been a focal point of international concern over Iran's nuclear activities. Analysts say the facility is carved deep into the Zagros mountain range, using natural geology and engineered fortifications to provide added protection against aerial or standoff attacks. Tehran has consistently denied U.S. assertions that Pickaxe Mountain houses nuclear-related activities, calling those claims unfounded and politically motivated. Iranian officials have insisted the allegations are a pretext designed to justify potential military action by the United States and its allies, rather than a reflection of verified facts. Western analysts report that networks of tunnels and underground structures at Pickaxe Mountain have attracted intensified intelligence scrutiny as countries try to determine the site's true purpose.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.